So we find those arms reached out in that child's pose. Let's press down into the top of the feet. Rise again through the spine, vertebrae to the ceiling. Open through the belly. Tuck through the pubic bone, vertebrae to ceiling, and buttocks back to the heels. I'm going to do 3 more of these. Rising, use the feet, the tops of the feet to press. Open through that belly, send the chin up, shoulders back. Tuck again, pubic bone to belly button. And take the buttocks back to the heels. 2 more. Press down into the feet, lift through the hips. Round through the spine. Open through the belly. Round through the spine again. And buttocks back to the heels. Last one. Pressing down, tops of the feet. Vertebrae lifts, pubic bone tucks. And then we flow into the opening of the belly. Chin rises, and then we flow back into that cat pose and take the buttocks to the hips. On your next inhale, we're going to take the hands out to the right. Walk the hands as far as you can. Maybe you take the left hand on top of right. Maybe you just reach that left hand a little further. Let the side body open, the intercostal muscles. Inhale. And coming back to center. Let's move out to the right, the left, sorry. Take it to the other side and feel into that right side. Breathe and lengthen. Maybe the right hand reaches a little further. Maybe that right hand comes on top of left. And coming back to center. Let's round through the spine. Lift ourselves up, cat pose. Pushing the vertebrae to the ceiling. Tuck that pubic bone. Can you press down into the hands, the knees, and the feet? On the next inhale, we're going to open the belly, open the shoulders, and we're going to tuck the toes under as well. Spread the fingers, take the hands, the pinkies to the edge of the mat. Spread the fingers as wide as you can. Sending your weight back onto your toes. We're going to lift the hips up high. And then bring the heels down to the earth. Feet are hip width apart. We're going to begin to find a little flow, a little movement here. So let's round through the spine, draw forward into those knees, whether they touch the earth or not is up to you. Buttocks back to the heels, and then lifting the hips up nice and high. Let's try that again. Rounding through the spine, drawing forward to high plank. Knees come down towards the earth. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Buttocks back to the heels. And then lifting the hips up nice and high. We have 3 more of those. Rounding, coming into that plank. Dropping knees, buttocks back to the heels. And lifting hips up nice and high. 2 more. Rounding. Lifting hips back, hips lift. Last one. Rounding into plank. Take your time to get there. Drop knees towards the earth, touch or no. Buttocks back to the heels. And hips lift. finding that downward dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. We want to spread the fingers, press the hands into the earth, shoulders draw up to the ears, armpits towards the earth, triceps towards the ground, biceps towards the ceiling, sit bones to the back of the mat, sit bones down through the heels, kneecaps lifted as we tap pubic bone to belly button, and we hold for 2 breaths. I'm going to walk the feet into the hands, and we come into that forward fold. Knees are bent. Belly rests against the thighs. Fingertips can be on the earth or the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Crown of the head reaches to the front of the mat. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Let's bring the right foot into center just a little. I'm going to take the left toes behind. We want all of our weight on that right foot. So fingers are still connecting with the earth. Let's begin to draw the left heel off the earth. Rise the left foot towards the buttock. Bend that front right knee. Step that left foot back, nice and long. The left foot connects with the earth. So we step back into that lunge. Fingers are still connecting. So we're going to find just a little awareness, a little activation here before we take a little flow between a couple of poses. So we want to press that left heel into the earth, but we're still on toes. We haven't spun and brought the heel down. We're bending into that right knee nice and deep. I want you to become aware of your hips. Fingers are still connecting with the earth. Press that left heel down, but begin to draw the left hip towards the midline. Press the ball of the right foot down, and then draw that right hip back. So we want to even up the hips, holding there. Just as we do when we have a halfway lift, our fingertips touch the earth. Well, what I want you to do is I want you to draw forward with the crown of the head. We're still pressing down with that left heel. Draw forward with the crown of the head like you're about to take off, but don't. Keep drawing forward, squeeze into the buttocks. Left thigh draws forward, right thigh draws back. Keep squeezing as if you're about to take off, and then let the arms begin to rise. Take those arms up nice and slow. And we find that lunge. From here, we're going to pivot on that back heel and come into Virabhadrasana 2. Nice and deep, nice and slow. Take the left hand down the back leg, and let's just take the right fingers to sky, sky warrior. Squeeze down into the legs, draw into that center. Come back to Virabhadrasana 2. We're going to bring left elbow to left knee. Reach that right arm all the way forward to the top of the mat. And let's gently straighten through that front leg. as we reach left hand to shin or to earth, and we take that right arm straight up to the ceiling. Trikonasana. Let's bend into that front knee, windmill the hands all the way down, pivoting on our back foot, and let's step back to high plank. Tuck pubic bone to belly button. And let's drop the knees to the earth, but stay forward in that half plank position. So we haven't dropped the knees and brought them in underneath the hips. The knees are behind the hips. And we're leaning forward on those shoulders. And we just begin to slowly take the chest down. Elbows squeeze into the ribs. We're going to lower ourselves all the way to the earth. Chest touches first. And once we're on the earth, coming into a little cobra for 4 breaths. Now that cobra can be a half cobra, a full cobra, a baby cobra. We're just going to take 4 breaths. Lowering down, tucking toes under, and let's come back up to knees. In straight line, and then we take the buttocks high. Finding that downward dog. Come up high on the toes, draw the knees in towards the chest, drop the knees towards the earth only as far as you're comfortable, and they can touch the earth, entirely up to you. Draw forward into plank. And then as if somebody has wrapped a rope around your pelvis, pulling the pelvis back into downward dog. We're going to do 3 more of those. Knees come towards the chest, toes or heels lifted up on toes. Drop knees towards the earth and then forward into plank. And then pulling back as if somebody's got a hold of those hips and is drawing back from below the belly button. 2 more. High up onto toes, knees into chest, begin to drop down, forward into plank, and drawing back. Last one. High on toes, knees drop in, buttocks down, forward into plank, and drawing all the way back. 2 breaths. And then we walk the feet into the hands. Find that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, and exhale, forward fold. Bringing left toes into center this time, gripping the earth with the left toes. Take the right foot just behind the left. Make sure you're in 2 separate lanes. Just getting that awareness. We're going to take all of our weight onto the left leg as we rise through the right, bend into the left knee, and step back with that right foot. Nice lunge. Now we keep that heel pressing down into the earth, but we don't turn it, we don't pivot, not yet. We want to draw that right thigh towards the front of the mat. So draw the right hip forward, squeezing into that thigh. And pull the left hip back. So we even up the hips. Fingertips on the earth. Let's draw the crown of the head forward, just like a halfway lift. Pull that crown of the head forward, but keep pressing down on the heel, like you're about to take off and run, but we don't move anywhere. There's just an intention of energy moving through the body. You then begin to raise through the arms. Remember, we want to draw left hip back, right hip forward. Beautiful. Bending into that knee a little more. And let's pivot on that back right foot and come into Virabhadrasana 2. We press down into the feet. Find that awareness and that energy into the legs. Draw it up through the inner thighs, up into the core. And then we want to tuck pubic bone to belly button. Lift and lengthen through the crown of the head and take the arms front and back of the mat. Looking out over your left fingertips, bending into that left knee. Squeezing into the buttocks. And let's come into reverse warrior or sky warrior. Right hand comes down the back leg, not leaning, just sliding. Reach and extend to the ceiling with the left. Coming back to Virabhadrasana 2. We're going to come left elbow to left knee, reaching that right arm all the way forward. Let's straighten through that front leg as we slide the left hand down, either onto the shin or onto the earth. And the right fingers reach up to the ceiling, squeezing into the buttocks, lift and lengthen through the chest, holding here. Bending into that left knee, windmill the arms all the way down. We're going to send ourselves back into plank and hold for a moment. Tuck pubic bone to belly button, press up between the shoulders. And drop those knees straight down to the earth, not into the wall, just straight down to the earth. So the knees are still behind the hips. Elbow creases turn to the front of the mat. Tuck pubic bone to belly button. And let's begin to bend into the elbows. Chest comes towards the earth first. Once we're connected, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, and we have a choice, baby cobra, half cobra, or full cobra. Shoulders down, elbows in. 4 more breaths. Lowering down and taking yourself back to the child's pose. Letting yourself melt into that child's pose. Let's take your hands down by the side body. Lengthen them down past the legs and let your shoulders round to the earth. Let yourself find this moment of surrender. Bringing yourself up to your knees. Slowly, we're just going to pause for a moment here. If you need to take a cushion underneath the buttocks, in between the heel and the buttocks, or that you need to bring a block in between the thighs and just underneath the sit bones, closing the eyes down. And let's bring our hands into that resting pose, into the lap. For guys, it's right hand on top of left, and for girls, left on top of right. We notice the softness in our breath. We notice the warmth in our body. Keeping your eyes closed, you're going to slowly make your way down to the earth, onto your back. We're going to take our left foot on the earth, right ankle on top of left knee, or we're going to slide right knee on top of left. This is just a matter of preference in your body. You're going to be in control of where in your spine you feel this twist. So the closer your left foot is to the buttocks, the higher up your spine you'll feel the twist. The further away, the lower down into the hips you're going to feel the twist. So choosing today where you would like to feel that twist, arms out from the shoulders onto the earth. We're going to drop both legs over to the left. Finding 4 or 5 deep breaths. Using your breath to surrender through the spine. Using your breath to surrender that right shoulder onto the earth. One last deep inhale. And full exhale. Bringing both knees back to center. And let's swap sides. So right foot comes to the earth. We're going to take left ankle to right knee. Or we're going to slide left knee on top of right. Again, positioning your feet. They don't have to be in the same position. We are not symmetrical beings. So if you need something different on your left side, then let's drop both knees over to the right. Finding your breath. 3 more breaths. One last long, slow, deep inhale. And full exhale. Bringing both knees back to center. Draw both knees into the chest. And gentle rock from side to side. And then we're going to begin to find our Shavasana. That final pose. You're more than welcome to take classic Shavasana, feet fall out to the side, palms open to the ceiling. You can go into Pentacle Shavasana, take the legs a little wider and take the arms up overhead. So whatever feels right for your body. In Shavasana, there is nothing more than to use your breath to surrender and soften yourself into the earth. Know that you are supported by Mother Earth. And let go. Physically, intentionally, let your shoulders release. Let your hips release. You will be surprised at just how much tension we hold in our body. Let your thoughts wander away, do not follow. Let your body melt into the earth. And allow your practice to integrate through each and every fiber of your being. Staying nice and relaxed as you slowly begin to deepen the breath. Staying nice and relaxed as you begin to move fingers and toes. Staying relaxed as you bring movement into the jaw and the mouth. Maybe run the tongue along the teeth or drop the head from side to side. In your own time, when you're ready, now reach your arms up above your head, stretching fingers in one direction, toes in the other. Rolling over to one side. Honoring that connection on that space and time you gave yourself. When you're ready, coming to a comfortable seated position. Part of what makes this practice what it is the sacredness. Sacred time is simply time spent just for you. And something that creates that sacred time, that makes it sacred, is a ritual. So as we finish our practice, we find that ritual that allows us to integrate, finding both movement and vibration, and honoring what we've done. So let's bring hands beside the body, palms face the ceiling. As you begin to draw the hands towards the back of the body, let the spine round, chin to chest, pubic bone to belly button. Bringing the hands around to the front of the body, the shoulders stay rounded, the backs of the hands touch. Then we begin to rise, first with the shoulders, then the elbows, and then the fingers. We bring the hands back to prayer, draw them down to the heart. Inhale for a gentle Om. Take your thumbs to your third eye, finding clarity of thought, intuition, and truth. Take your thumbs to your lips, finding kindness, truth, and compassion with your words. And bring your thumbs to your heart. Surrounding yourself with love and joy, may you sit with purity, truth, and a sense of community within. Bowing down to your higher self. Namaste. Rubbing your hands together, generate that heat, that warmth in the base of your palms. When they're nice and warm, take them up over the eyes, pressing in gently, balancing left and right hemisphere. Take that energy down the face, the torso, out through the thighs. Bring your hands back to prayer to your third eye. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May I have peace, may you have peace, and may we bring peace to the world together. Thank you, thank you, thank you.